Alright, it's a big welcome to a brand new edition of Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Total Sport is your daily sport tonic on radio. Here at the sport headquarters in southwest Nigeria. Welcome to the Sport Factory, where we convert sporting raw materials into finished article for your own utility in order to satisfy your sporting want, need, or desire. It's time to embark on this jolly ride into the world of sport. Don't forget the Monday edition of Total Sport, your daily sport tonic on radio, afford us the opportunity to take a comprehensive review of all the big sporting actions over the weekend, and today won't be an exception. From basketball, talking about the National Basketball Association, to games from the Nigerian Professional Football League, to the NPFL, talking about match day 18, where Shooting Stars put a halt to their winless run in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Don't forget two teams are holding sway in the NPFL, talking about Plateau United and Rivers United, respectively draw the picked from match day 18 of the Nigerian Professional Football League. Games were also played in the English Premier League, the German Bundesliga, the Spanish La Liga Santander, the Italian Serie A is hotting up AC Milan, Napoli and Inter Milan in the running, the German Bundesliga, not forgetting the French La Championnat. We continue to build up to that blockbuster game, that crunch encounter between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and of course the Black Stars of Ghana. This qualification series for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar later this year is a bumper edition of the show this afternoon. Total Sport on Impact FM. We are the first and only business radio station in Nigeria. Of course, you know this is your station of choice. My name is Isaiah Akiremi. You are welcome on board. When the time is right, we shall open the phone lines for you to join the conversation. 0902-2809-257, 0902-2809-257, or 091-6104-7698, 091-6104-7698, or better still, you can reach us via 081-105-26487. You can tell us your high points and low points from the sporting weekend. Don't also forget, you can send your WhatsApp or text messages to 070-6093-2899, 070-6093-2899. It's Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. My name is Isaiah Akiremi. You are welcome on board. Let's get the show on the road. Alright, Big Kenson Kenny Bamidele KB is making a big return on the show this afternoon. Kenny, how was your sporting weekend? Good to have you again. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me this afternoon, Sport Prophet. It's good to be back again on Total Sport on Ibr92.5 FM. I'm feeling so excited. It's a weekend really interesting with some interesting football actions. United against Tottenham was the game, one of the game of the weekend where United,
Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's the kind of performance that I want to see from Manchester United. That was a splendid performance,
and that was a performance we expected from Harry Maguire.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing he knows how to do. I mean, scoring own goals, making blunders. He's a specialist.
He almost cost United
almost
3 points.
Thanks to that brilliance from Cristiano Ronaldo. You know, when there's what you say, there's form is temporal, but that class is just permanent, and that's exactly what Ronaldo proved on Saturday. Tottenham, maybe those two goals, first from the Spurs, second,
penalty,
and Harry Maguire, own goal. That was rather shameful for Harry Maguire. I think for United, nice one, and that's just the best way to bounce back from their poor run of form. So talking about Liverpool Football Club, also won against Brighton yesterday. Arsenal has scored 2 goals against Leicester City, and of course in favor of Arsenal Football Club. In Spain, for Barcelona, they put 4 goals past Osasuna.
Barcelona, 4 goals to nothing. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang
scored a brace.
Don't forget the Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who the coach Xavi Hernandez has been waxing the lyrical about.
So, and this other team, Bayern Munich, 1-0 against
Hoffenheim.
No, that's very bad. Dortmund, Wolves. Only goal in the first half was enough for them. Meanwhile, RB Leipzig were busy slaughtering Goethe Force yesterday.
They scored first.
Yeah, they scored first. Not knowing that their first goal cup with this. And so I think it's really interesting for football. For basketball, this morning Brooklyn Nets big victory. Now 3 games above 500, and now this is the next team we want to see. A net team without Kyrie, and Kevin Durant was like, wow.
Kyrie was watching.
He was watching from the sidelines. Kevin Durant was like, well, no Kyrie, but guess what? I'm going to drop to double of me alongside Kyrie will do, and that was 53 points. So, which means that he took up the role straight up. He scored 53 points
That's
for them
KD.
against the City
KD has
rivals.
done that over and over again.
This is
last
I
season.
think that is his
Last season, don't forget,
eighth
he
career
was able to
50
shoulder
points.
the responsibility of the net.
So I think this is where we should begin to take this next team serious.
Oh, I think I'm not taking them serious.
Ben Simmons will soon return fully. Seth Curry is also in that team.
And by the way, happy birthday.
Yeah, to Steph Curry.
The senior Curry, right?
I forgot about that for a second. The greatest shooter the God ever created.
The 3-pointer master.
Yeah, even someone was actually arguing with me that he's the greatest 3-point shooter, not the greatest shooter. But I believe Steph is the greatest shooter. If you can shoot from long range, you call him a sniper.
Exactly.
Then he's a great shooter.
You think no one comes close?
Of course, we've got a couple of names who come close, but he's still ahead of those names.
No doubt.
I'm not really a big fan of comparing generations, like comparing Larry Bird to Steph Curry. No, Larry Bird during his own time was an absolute legend. Same with Michael Jordan,
MJ.
Same with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, with Chamberlain and the rest. But right now, it is the Steph era. We should be talking about the future players that can possibly contend Steph, which are players like Trae Young, who probably may not be able to achieve Steph's 3-point feat, but when he plays, you should be able to see Steph in him.
All right.
So that's it. So it's really getting interesting for. From tennis, it was the Raducanu beating by Croatian Matic, and also
he's out of the Indian Wells.
Andy Murray.
Andy Murray too is out of the Indian Wells.
And Murray just
for British tennis.
Murray just like Harry
two key
Maguire.
guys out.
Murray just like Harry Maguire.
No.
He won't disappoint.
The injury has not been really kind to him, but we expect him to be a top fighter. We've seen the likes of
but he lost to Kazakhstan Bublik.
Yeah, we've seen the likes of Djokovic and of course the likes of Rafael Nadal, come through the rigors of injury and they've come to establish themselves. But it's not been really good for Andy Murray. But quick one, let's start the show like this. Kenny spoke about the word of the NBA, the National Basketball Association, even as Magnificent Femi makes his way magnificently into the live studio of Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Kenny, I don't know if you're able to notice something. Last week he was not smiling, but this week he's smiling because of that magnificent performance from CR7. I think he must have been thinking, what was Harry Maguire doing when it was 2-1? So let me just welcome in Femi. Good to have you. Welcome.
Good afternoon to all the esteemed listeners in Ibadan, all around the world. I'm glad to be back. Like you said, Cristiano Ronaldo, give us
after 14 years.
He grabbed
another trick for United.
Definitely, and if you compare that jubilation with what he had, the last time he scored an hat-trick for Manchester United was similar. He ran across the pitch, he slides and everything, and he is someone that loves to show both. And for Manchester United, good one for them. We all remember a week ago they lost scandalously against their their noisy neighbor. So what a way to bounce back. And Tottenham has proven again that they are a team that cannot be trusted. They win one today, they lose the next one. It's like
they love the less privilege. They will rob the privilege and give to the less privileged.
Yes, I know they are like Robin Hood. That's exactly what they have been doing.
Tottenham
for Ronaldo, he's now the highest goal scorer in the history of football, which is another achievement, another feather to his cap. And for Ronaldo, what a vintage performance. And if Manchester United can have players that can deliver, that can do something, extraordinary things out of, in difficult situations, United won't be where, they are at this point in time. And for our darling shooting stars, what a
the winners run
won. And I think last night's victory, we take that prayer, that heat of the team. About a week ago, the relegation was staring at them in the face, and it was like they will soon start scratching the relegation waters. That win is a moral
boost. It was a big win against a
traditional team. And if they can win maybe like 90% of their remaining games, having in mind that it's difficult to go to any way ground to grab that victory. And if you check out 3SC team, I would say it's a mid-table team. I won't at this point in time I won't count them as one of the top teams in the league, and we can give them some slacks, can excuse them the fact that they've been away for some time, they are sojourning the NNL. So first season I think the plan is to number
Just
one,
steady the ship,
steady
stay
the ship,
afloat
stay
in
afloat,
NPFL.
and then in
And
subsequent
let's
seasons
see how we
we
can
can
take
start,
it forward.
start building on that achievement.
Okay.
So they are on the right track.
Okay,
to do
down on
that.
the right track. Okay, Femi, so we can be on the right track. Let's make good use of our time this afternoon, so we can hit the nail on the head. And by the way, I think some guys have been setting up some conversation on social media about Ronaldo and Messi at present. Ronaldo and Messi moved at the same transfer window. And many have said Ronaldo is doing well compared to Messi, who has the stars at Paris Saint-Germain in the Farmers League and can't do anything with Paris Saint-Germain. But Ronaldo is proving himself in the mainstream, league in the English Premier League, and he's doing wonders. But I think listeners at home can also join that conversation about Ronaldo in United, and of course Messi in Paris Saint-Germain. How do you think as won this battle between these two rival after moving to different clubs side in the same transfer window? But Kenny, you spoke about the net. Don't forget, for some weeks now we've been celebrating some landmark achievements. Ken, I think on Friday we celebrated James Harden, who has moved up the ladder for 3-pointer, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
And we also celebrate Steph Curry, the legend. By the way, happy birthday to him today, who also set another landmark. But Ken, it was all about King himself, also LeBron James, as he reaches 10,000 assists. That's one game I just want us to pick out from what you've said about the NBA, even as the NBA leading Suns routed LA Lakers, but it was all about that individual performance from James at the end of the day. Kenny, LeBron led the Lakers, who have lost 10 straight road games, not been good season for them, with 31 points, 7 rebounds and 6 assists, and he did not play in the fourth quarter. And James reached a milestone with his 10,000 career assists in the second quarter on Carmelo Anthony's 3-pointer, and James is the only player in NBA history with at least 30,000 points, 10,000 rebounds and 10,000 assists.
Yeah, it's the greatest of all time. Definitely, one basketball player that you always want to see, play this game. LeBron is an all-rounder. He's also
the king himself.
Yeah, he's the king, like they call him. But this is it. This is one of the issues that LeBron have actually been, having. The issue is the team he is right now. I think this season has really been so tough for him, and they have dropped games. And imagine LeBron dropping 40 points at the end of the day, his team loses.
It loses, exactly.
It's so bad. It means it's just like Trae Young of Atlanta Hawks, where Trae Young dropped 50 and
dropped some monstrous,
Definitely.
points and still on the losing side.
So I think that's exactly why LeBron is not even in the MVP. I don't think he should even be in the MVP talk. I'm sorry, because nothing to show for it, no positive result to show for it, apart from his individual display.
Yeah. So you think about from the individual performance, team,
yes,
result is also key to push you for individual
I think
awards.
they are 8 game or 9 game below 500. It tells you about their form for the Los Angeles Lakers. And like this, you begin to doubt if they can make the playoff through the play-in. Now 140 to 111, they lost to Phoenix Suns.
I mean, a team that's already through to the playoff.
Before the start of the NBA season, if I'm told that Lakers would lose with this kind of batting to Phoenix, I doubt that straight up. But right now, I just got to believe it, because that was what happened this morning. And David Booker was the man who led Phoenix Suns.
He's the man himself.
His team is not doing well, but he's busy racking up stats himself, and that's for him to slam loads of record, and then further, announce his GOAT status.
Exactly, his legendary status in the National Basketball Association, the NBA. You want to quickly add something?
I think regarding LeBron James, LeBron James is looking, the situation he finds himself is similar to that of Russell Westbrook when he was at OKC. He will create those records, but that's inversely proportional to the achievements of his team at that point in time. And I think the LeBron team is not actually really supporting him like that, as might be due to the fact that they didn't get their recruitment should I say policy now, they didn't get their recruitment right in the summer. They went for star-studded names, they went for experience. And I remember Tennis Pundit said a lot of things at that point in time, that it's like they went for aging players that with these guys be able to cope with the rigor, moving around across the pitch. And when you get when you're into your 30s, all those things you used to do during your adolescence and youthful age, he won't be able to do such a thing anymore. And one thing about Lakers is any team LeBron generally any team he finds himself. There is this, he loves to, dominate, he loves, the media hype and everything, to be, attention, to be on, he wants to be the poster ball. And Russell Westbrook, coming over, there is this, I would say there is this, ego.
So you have issues with Russell joining the Lakers.
I think they couldn't, find that, that balance, in that team. And I remember a couple of times, Russell Westbrook has been, criticized for being too lazy, for not being a team player a couple of times. And I remember recently I think his family received some threat, or I think they criticized his family, and he had to say that no, don't put he said the people should not put his family into criticism whatsoever. It's like the fans they went too far by criticizing his family and bringing his family into the discussion. But I think what they need to do now is, this season to me is almost all but gone. They should prepare for this season. They should try and get it right. They should go for big names, start with their names.
So you think it will clash of ego with LeBron?
Definitely, you have LeBron. And another thing is,
we need to has not because of time. Sorry, Fem, because of time. Very soon we'll go for a quick commercial break, and I want us to dust the NPFL before we move straight to those games played in the big leagues in Europe. Let me quickly run through results of games from the Nigerian Professional Football League match day 18. Kwara United defeated Atlant by 2-1. Niger Tornadoes 1-0 against Remo Stars. Sunshine Stars of Akure defeated Dakada by 2-1. Enyimba and Plateau United played out a 1-1 draw at the Enyimba International Stadium in Aba. After the game, the Enyimba fans were calling on Fidelis Electrical, please come join us. The Aba Elephants Katsina 1-0 winners against Wiki Tourist. Well, Lobby Stars lost at home by 2-2 to Abia Warriors. And the big shocking result was between Aqua United and Imama Amakpakabuza. Sorry, it was against Abdul Maikaba's Rangers International. Aqua United lost at home 0-3 to Rangers International. Gombe United played out a goalless draw with Rivers United. Shooting Stars, the Uriole Warriors, yesterday defeated Kano Pillars, the Sai Masugida team, by 0-0. While the Solid Miners, Nasarawa United, played out a 1-0 draw with MFM. Okay, let's start with the Shooting Stars game. Femi, you spoke about Shooting Stars putting an end to their winless run yesterday, and it was a good victory with the presence of the governor. Sheyi Makinde was present to watch that game yesterday. Goal scored in the first half was enough for Shooting Stars to claim much needed 3 points against the team from the northern side of Nigeria, talking about Kano Pillar. That was a big win for them in the fight for relegation. So they won't drop into the relegation dogfight. Defender Uche Iziala scored in the 15th minute to power Shooting Stars to that 1-0 win over Kano Pillars.
Well, regarding that encounter, I remember 2 to 3 days before that encounter, that was this controversy, that surrounded the team at that time, where a list was allegedly released by their media officer, and then they were 24 hours after
following day we got the release.
So as football fans, football enthusiasts, one will have thought that maybe that will affect the preparation of the team,
the psyche of the boys
ahead of that encounter against Kwara player, but it was not it was not to be. But I think what actually inspired Trace to win that encounter, apart from they just need to win that encounter, did fight that regulation was staring. I think the presence of the governor actually in a way made it possible. When you have the CEO, I mean the governor of the state at the stadium, that's enough motivation for the players and to win the encounter. And I remember they were promised no reward that if they win, they will surely be rewarded. And I think that's naturally when you hear money could is enough to ginger them. I think actually work in their favor. And also I think the players were also determined, and it's like the coach is beginning to have that stable starting 11. I remember
you can't be too sure.
No, at this point in time, that's what
you've seen him change his starting level.
It's actually looking like. And if you check, yes, I know, but if you check 3AC team, when you have like 8 9 players, starting regularly. That's it's almost like you having a stable team, and someone like Falke, is it Uziala, the guy you mentioned, Gafar Olafimiyo, Tafik Malomo, these guys, definitely, when these guys starting regularly, definitely it shows the coach has finally found that that should I say better balance in that team. And for 3 years you just need to win, having in mind that in a league, in a volatile league and head like that, like APFA, you just have to make use of your own advantage. And one thing I think they actually also did, they scored in the first half.
Yeah, in the first
half. And
in
fact, not only
I think they've not won in the first half.
They scored before
this
against Sunshine. They scored, but they lost the first half. But winning the first half, actually help. Sometimes if you score in the first half, it takes the pressure of the
initiative
team.
for you.
And have in mind that we have a regular score line, in the Nigerian League 1-0, 2-1. Which if you score, your opponent might not even get a goal till the end of the encounter. I think that actually worked for them. I'm glad that they didn't have to wait till the second half of the team end of the encounter to get their goal. So getting their goal in the first half, it's a good one, and I hope they will also replicate that in subsequent home matches.
Okay, all right. Don't forget is the wrap up of the first stanza in the Nigerian Professional Football League, and as we speak, Shooting Stars are placed 11th after the close of round 1 in the NPFL. So good one, 11th position as at now. Hopefully they can build on this for the second stanza on 23 points. But Kenny, what more can we say about these two teams? Still dominating the NPFL, the likes of Plateau United, and of course talking about the other team, Rivers United. Both teams got respectable draw away from home. Plateau United went away from home with Ellis Nechuku's side, played out a 1-1 draw with Phoenix George Eyimba. While Rivers United also played out a goalless draw against Gombe United. But shockingly, Akwa United lost at home 0-3 against Rangers. I saw the highlight of that game. Akwa United had chances, but Rangers were clinical in front of goal.
Yeah, for Rivers United away from home, playing against Gombe United is a tough task, and they got just a point, which is not bad. MFM also away from home, a point against
Nasarawa United. Yeah, MFM
that was one of the game of the weekend for me, because imagine, despite MFM form, they are still able to get away from home and win. And I think Rangers actually meant Akwa United yesterday.
Yeah, defeated the defending champions 3-0.
What a game that
away
was.
From home.
Indeed, a very interesting game.
And it seems Remo Stars are now coming to terms of the NPFL. They lost also yesterday against the solid miners, Niger Tornadoes as we speak. The team Remo Stars are placed in 5th position with 29 points. Before we go for our next break, I think we are due for a quick commercial break. If DJ Scott is ready, let's go for this quick break. And by the way, let's tell you that Bamidele, scored for Kwara United. I don't know if it's connected to Kenny, but DJ Bamidele scored for Kwara United in their win against Atlant. Let's go for this quick break. When we're back, we'll discuss more to Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM.
Amutajero, Ibr92.5 FM, Ibadan.
Sórí ó ṣe jẹ́lẹ̀ ní ni pé ẹni tó bá kọ́ pọ́sì gbòòrò ni ó ṣe pàtàkì kéèyàn wá nǹkan máa ṣe nítorí akitiyan ò lópin kó ọ̀n sọ̀n tààrà bá ṣe ń ṣe nǹkan nìyẹn súnkẹrẹ gbàkẹrẹ fẹ́ni tó bá ní nǹkan ṣe nítorí pé iwájú ọ̀pá ibi tí ń lé sí kò sáyè fúnfà sẹ́yìn láéláé bá ṣe ń ṣe nǹkan nìyẹn torí náà báwo ló ṣe fẹ́ ṣe lónìí MTN.
Welcome back to Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. I'm moving straight to the English or Premier League, and of course we've got results of games played over the weekend. And Liverpool defeated Brighton and Hove Albion by 2-0 at the American Express Community Stadium at Brentford. 2-0 against Burnley, and a certain Christian Eriksen had an assist in that game. Manchester United with Cristiano Ronaldo after 14 years grabbed another hat-trick for the Red Devils. Manchester United has United team defeated Tottenham Hotspur by 3-2. Yesterday, Chelsea, Kai Havertz, expertly taking finish, defeated Newcastle United by 1-0. Everton, Tosin Joseph's Everton, our good friend side Everton, are just facing relegation zone. They are above the relegation zone due to goal difference as we speak. Not looking good for the Toffees. Lost at home yesterday at the Goodison Park against Wolverhampton Wanderers by 0-1. Leeds United first win for Ezemaska, the American, at the helms of Leeds United 2-1 against the Canaries at Norwich City. Watford went away from home and defeated Southampton at the St Mary's by 2-1. West Ham United knocked off Aston Villa by 2-1. Andriy Yarmolenko, don't forget the Ukrainian, got the goal, the first goal for the Hammers, an emotional goal for him. Don't forget the Russian invasion in Ukraine. And Arsenal 2-0 against Leicester City. Okay, starting with Magnificent Femi, 3-2 United. That was a big win for them. Hopefully they are still in the fight for the top four. Liverpool are still applying the pressure on Manchester City. By the way, City will be in action today at the Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace in Monday Night Football in the EPL. Luis Diaz was very, very instrumental in that game. 2-0 against Brighton and Hove Albion. Let's start from that game on Saturday. United 3-2. What a man, Cristiano Ronaldo. He never finished Hatikola, and that man came up with the goods again for Ralf Rangnick's side.
Well, Ronaldo actually gave us a vintage performance. That Atlanta on Saturday. It showed us that fine, it might be a wave for some time. There are some teams that if you wake him up from sleep, he will surely do that damage. And I love the way he carry the team. I remember for some weeks now he has been criticized as being one of the problems of United, of that team, and some fans even criticize him, saying he must sleep at the end of the season, but he has actually proven everyone wrong that form may be what do you call it now? Form may be temporary, but class is permanent. I love the way he took the first goal from outside the box, and then the second goal he actually positioned himself from that breakaway, and then the third goal when it comes to area ability just give it to Ronaldo. He's the number one in that business. Well, good kudos to Manchester United in their for getting one over their top. I don't want to say top four.
Don't say top four, right?
The fourth position contenders. Getting one over. Is certain Antonio Conte, who doesn't, who like Mourinho doesn't like, losing. And United doing a double against Tottenham. Good one for United, right. But the problem still remains. But the most important thing is to get the needed victory at this point in time. I don't know what as Manchester United myself, I don't know what should I say concerning Harry Maguire. It's like it's like he's working against the success of
Baba scored.
He scored an own goal.
That's a 3-point.
But one thing is, I know that at the end of the season, the management will look back.
So are we trying to blow it out of proportion about Harry Maguire?
Harry Maguire,
we've seen players.
He has not really played like a captain. We've had a lot of captains over there.
As a leader.
There was a time we had Eric Cantona. We had Roy Keane. At the time. At the time we had Rangnick's works. The captain. Even as bad as Antonio Valencia is, he was not as bad.
So you think he's not in the class of those United captains?
It has not really shown that. It's Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is the only defender I know that will be marking his own his own defender. I watched a clip recently. He was marking Shaw instead of you. So it's so sad.
Let's leave Harry for now.
And then for Liverpool,
quick one
for Liverpool. Nobody
still 3 points between them.
Get that job, that job done. So the race continues, and I expect it to get to the wire. But Salah had no injury scare, so I hope he will be fit. As a Manchester United fan, I just need to say it. I hope Salah will be fit to face Arsenal, on I think Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay, right.
So we've done a permutation. If Arsenal fail to, if Liverpool can do us a favor. By stopping Arsenal from getting mad.
All right, for Arsenal, Arsenal have three matches in hand, and Spurs also have two matches in hand. So I think the battle for those top four, Arsenal and Spurs, the two North London team, are still in the fight for this because for Arsenal 3 matches in hand and Spurs are 2 matches in hand to go. But quick one, Kenny, although even as United man who is sitting close to you asking for favour from you ahead of game against Arsenal. Well, let me quickly discuss to you about the Blues. Chelsea, despite the issues are affecting them off the pitch of play, the sanction on their owner Roman Ibrahimovic can't negotiate contract. Issues with ticketing, merchandise, and the likes. But these guys, still on the pitch of play, have been going there professionally to do their job. And even the coach Tuchel said is going to stay at least till the end of the season. Is in these, with the Blues. So Sky Havertz expertly taking finish, very good goal. Took it down and was able to plant the ball into the back of the net. Hard fought win, but the Blues defeated an informed Newcastle United by a goal to nil. I don't know what's happening to your junior brothers. I think I'm right to say that from the blue half of Merseyside. I don't know if it's spare thought for them talking about Everton, because it seems it's the reality relegation dogfight. They're just a point above the relegation zone due to goal difference as compared to the likes of Burnley and Co.
They are
lost
not
to Wolves.
They are not my junior brothers.
They are your senior brothers.
No,
Is that your junior there?
they are my rivals. So yeah, talking about Chelsea. Matured performance from Chelsea Football Club. I think if it was United, believe they will crumble 5-0 in that kind of situation that Chelsea find themselves right now. So it's going to take some extraordinary performance to see a team pull out winnings. I mean W's
Despite the
distractions they're having, and not just.
And even the future of the club, the future of the players still unknown.
And these players are willing to play their heart out. The coach willing to. I mean that's the spirit. That's what is keeping the team going. If not, I mean, I have huge respect to these Chelsea players. Kai Havertz, even though most people believe he should have been sent off in the first half.
Yeah, exactly.
But actually not that bond. But
according to Eddie Howe, he believes he should have been off from the first half.
But that's the game of football for you. It can be crazy at times in terms of decision making. So big ups to Chelsea for that win. And meanwhile, for Liverpool rivals, that's in Everton Football Club. So emotional for them right now. It's really, really sad.
17th position.
When
22 points.
I remember when Frankie
22 points from 26.
That's imagine they even have
26
less
matches.
that. I remember when Frankie took charge. I was like, wow, they are set for relegation. And when I said that, most people believe, oh, I'm here again.
But don't forget, this team was in a mess even before Frankie came on board.
Then the team now, I think the mess is even beyond the previous one. It's messier. if they said it like that. So I think Everton are in a sorry state. Shambolic display. Imagine Wolverhampton Wanderers who won against, was it Watford? Yeah, Watford 4-0. Exactly,
4-0.
And Everton also one team who have not raked up W's. Instead, it's been L's for them. So I think it's high time for them to stay. It's getting late. Burnley will soon. Now Burnley lost to Brentford. Thank their God. If Burnley had won or drawn that game,
they would have dropped into the bottom three.
And there's no way they will not drop with this kind of run.
Okay.
So I think Frankie has just got to seek advice from top class coaches
just turned it around for them, and it was a much needed win for Leeds against Norwich City.
Yeah.
As we speak, Watford in 18th position, the 3 teams in the bottom 3, Watford, Burnley, Norwich, and guess what? Everton, same points with Watford in the relegation zone, 22 points, but Everton has minus 19 as against Watford, the Hornets minus 26 as we speak. Manchester City, 28 matches played, 69 points. Liverpool, 28 played, 66 points. Chelsea, 28 played, 59 points. Arsenal in 4th position, 26 played, 51 points. They've got close to 3 matches in hand as we speak in the race for the top 4. But quick one, Ken, you think City will just increase the status quo back to 6 points between them and Liverpool? They've got a game against Crystal Palace tonight at the Selhurst Park. Tricky game, or City?
No, it's going to be tricky.
Run right over Palace.
It's going to be tricky for Manchester City. Something is telling me that City won't get maximum 3 points.
Something is telling you as a Liverpool fan.
No.
I'm having this kind of feeling that as a Liverpool fan, right?
No, not as a Liverpool fan. No, you don't put words into my mouth. What I'm saying is, I'm just being pragmatic here. Now this is it. Crystal Palace are a boogie team any day, anytime. Take out the history of English people for the past 10 years. Crystal Palace always want to show up as the spoilers.
So they will act as spoilers
Liverpool
tonight.
fans, as they will tell you how Liverpool, how
When you
Crystal
cried,
Palace
when Suarez cried at Selhurst Park. But that was Liverpool, this is City.
Now, what I'm saying is, in the game of football, anything can happen, and I'm not saying Man City can't win. My point is, tonight is going to be so tricky for you. And something is telling me for City that maybe it's a draw, a win for Crystal Palace.
You think so?
One thing about I want Kenny to be a bit cautious. You shouldn't break the heart of the white people guys. The way saying but the thing is this. Selhurst Park has always been
That's
a
the
top
point.
ground
That's the
for
point.
us.
That's the point I'm
That's
making.
right. The top ground to go
Even
to.
but one thing is, I think Kenny is being a Liverpool fan. You surely want the downfall of Manchester.
No doubt.
No, that's not the
If
point.
Crystal Palace
The point
is
is-
playing Liverpool tonight, I'm so sure that Kenny will.
It won't be a boogie
His
team
prediction
again.
won't be what he's saying now. But one thing about Crystal Palace is, I think they came to the Etihad. They got a fantastic victory.
That's true.
They
Apart
got-
from them at
but-
Selhurst Park, I
but
think they have
don't-
been a boogie team to
but-
City
but
of
I
late.
don't want them to be overconfident. This is we are in a point period in the season, the critical time in the season
Yeah,
when
critical times.
nobody wants to lose anymore. They just want to maintain that winning streak. They win week in and out. And I think with the form of Manchester City, I don't see
of course,
I don't
yes,
see
certain
Crystal
season,
Palace
what was
to beat them tonight. I don't see them beat them tonight. They can the likes of Zaha, Michael Olise, and Benteke, all these guys can only try their best, but I don't think it will be enough to beat to dominate the likes of KDB, Mahrez,
Alright.
and other C players.
We shall see how it will pan out at the end of the day. But before we move straight to Spain, where Barcelona are now reborn under Xavi Hernandez, let's open the phone lines for you to join the conversation. Your high point and low point, what do you think is happening in the EPL, the Spanish La Liga, and of course the Nigerian Professional Football League? How do you think it's going to shape up, as we hit home stretch in most of the big leagues in Europe? And which team do you think really stand out for you? Which performance really stand out for you over the weekend? Call us on 0902-2809257, 0902-2809257. You can also reach us via 091-6104-7698, 091-6104-7698, or talk to us through 081-105-26487, 081-105-26487. You can also send your WhatsApp and text messages to 0706093289. Hello, good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is P.S. Ayadu from Alaska.
Good to have you, sir. Welcome.
Let's talk to congratulate the opponent because they are 60. They think they are opponent in the opponent. The same thing also goes to Peter. But I want to advise them not to be only home band, because if they want to be among the top four, they have to try to win or win game also. So I think people should play. That's my condition. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you for talking to us this afternoon on Total Sports on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Just like I said, studio lines open right now, 0902-280-9257, 0902-280-9257, or 091-6104-7698, 091-6104-7698, or 081-105-26487, 081-105-26487. Send your WhatsApp and text messages to 070-6093-2899, 070-6093-2899. And by the way, apart from England, we've got a game also in the Spanish La Liga. Santander is Real Mallorca up against Real Madrid. I've got this message that says, good afternoon, guys. Crystal Palace could take point off Manchester City tonight if City aren't careful. By the way, Palace has a good home record this season. Well done, guys. Thank you very much for sending in your message this afternoon on Total Sport on Impact Business Radio 92.5 FM. Kelly, you've told me about Xavi Hernandez and what he's doing right now. Convincing performance against Osasuna by 4 goals to nil. Torres grabbed a brace in that one. Aubameyang is reborn, and just like Xavi said, it's like a jewel, like a star, given to them right now. 4-0 against against Osasuna in the Spanish La Liga Santander. But let me quickly run through results of games played in the Spanish La Liga Santander, even as we anticipate that game between Mallorca and Real Madrid, because Real Madrid could win that game and increase the gap between them and the chasing pack. Sevilla, don't forget, drew over the weekend against Rayo Vallecano. On Saturday, Levante played out a 1-0 draw with Espanyol. Granada lost at home to Elche by 0-1. Villarreal stayed at home to defeat Celta Vigo by 1-0. While Getafe and Valencia played out a goalless draw on Sunday. Yesterday, Rayo Vallecano played a 1-0 draw with Sevilla. Real Betis at the Benito Villamarina defeated Atletico Bilbao by 1-0. Real Sociedad same scoreline 1-0 against Alaves, and Barcelona 4-0 against Osasuna in the Spanish La Liga Santander. Kenny.
Yeah, for FC Barcelona, that was a very good game. Right from the blast of the whistle, it was like a Champions League final. They balled out Osasuna. Ferran Torres scored from the spot, a well-converted sport kick, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Come on, since he joined Barcelona, he's been firing from all cylinder. Then we've got
what
to.
do you think has happened to him?
We've got to ask
Arsenal.
We've got to ask
getting the goals.
We've got to ask Ateta some questions.
Seems his mind was made up.
Sure, he wanted to leave the club
with the North London side.
He missed some chances deliberately. I repeat.
No, you
so
can't
I
be too
think,
sure.
of course, he did. Chances that he should score on a normal day, he squandered them with Arsenal. So I think I'm impressed with what the last goal scored by Rupi of Barcelona. I saw that goal. What a finish that was. The goalkeeper parried the ball and it was off to Rupi. Went past the goalkeeper and the other defender couldn't even stop him. And Ousmane Dembele with his slick moves, quick feet, footwork, everything was on show against Osasuna. And for Real Madrid tonight against Mallorca, Atletico Madrid 2-1 against Cadiz.
Cadiz, yeah.
No, really tough game over the weekend in Spanish La Liga.
Okay, tough game from the Spanish La Liga. As we speak, Real Madrid top with 63 points from 27 matches. Sevilla in second with 56 points. So Madrid could have the chance to increase the gap between them and Sevilla. Barcelona gradually, Kenya are now in third position as we speak, courtesy of a good goal difference between them and Atletico Madrid, 51 points. Atletico Madrid, the Roger Blancos in fourth position on 51 points. And I'm so afraid for Real Betis. They've had a good season with Manuel Pellegrini, but they are dropping the pecking order as we speak of later. They've dropped to fifth position with 49 points. I've got this message from Dr. Jobel Adaji. Says, good day, my people. That thing that's telling Kenny what the probable outcome of the game between Liverpool and Arsenal would be, it doesn't tell him that Chelsea is in the same situation as Liverpool and could close the gap and even leapfrog Liverpool to make the top two. Liverpool can only pray and hope for a draw tonight for Manchester City. That's Dr. Adaji for you.
Talking about leapfrogging Liverpool, Chelsea cannot leapfrog Liverpool right now. That's just the truth. Let's just tell ourselves the truth. I'm sure my and family will also say the same thing. It's not possible. Looking at the distance between Chelsea and Liverpool, that aside, situation Chelsea, going through right now wouldn't even help them.
7 points between Liverpool and Chelsea.
That's a lot. That's a lot. So I don't think Chelsea can leapfrog Liverpool.
But anything could happen. This is football.
Yeah, anything can happen. Fine, but it's not looking like anything can happen.
Like a sport analyst, great moment. The desire for Manchester City to win is a bad blood. City shall tear Palace into pieces and also pummel Liverpool.
Well,
Sam, thank you. I think the message well noted by to whom it may concern. He has gotten that message. So we just expect that big game between Mallorca and Madrid. Hopefully Madrid can just win that game, and hopefully they could march on to the title. But from the Italian Serie A, fantastic Femi. Inter Milan of recent have been dropping some important points, and they did so against Torino. They could have lost. It was down to Sanchez, who scored in 90+3 for Inter Milan to rescue a draw between them and Torino. Don't also forget that AC Milan defeated Empoli by a goal to nil, but the performance was from our own Victor James Osimhen. I've loved Victor Osimhen, what he's been doing right now, and all around a striker, the way he takes his goals. Even I think he's now a threat aerially. I've seen him score some fantastic goals with his head of recent for the past 2-3 games in which I've monitored him, and it was an eventful game for Napoli against Hellas Verona in the second half. While Osimhen was coming out, forgot his protective face mask, and he scored the second goal. And he had a photograph. I don't know if it's planning to to learn photograph. It was a beauty from Napoli, who defeated Verona by a goal to nil to close the gap between them and of course AC Milan in the fight for the Scudetto.
Well, concerning Osimhen, personally as a Nigerian, I'm glad that he has finally found that
It's form at the right
that
moment.
at the right time. I mean, mind that we'll be prosecuting
The game
the World
against
Cup
Ghana.
qualifiers in fortnight. So good one for Osimhen and going
Brace, the
for
two
Napoli
goals.
to go away to Hellas Verona.
That's a tough ground too.
Hellas Verona are one of the few teams that can hurt the so-called
That's
big
right.
guns
Exactly.
in the Syria over there. And for Osimhen, good one for him. But I want him to maintain that scoring streak. When you score consecutively, it boosts your confidence, boosts your morale. It helps a player in a way. So I would want him to continue with that against our Udinese because we play against Udinese next weekend. If he can do that, score in consecutive games, I think it will help his confidence it over there.
If Napoli is serious, they could break the jinx of butlers. As we speak, they are just 3 points behind AC Milan. Anything could remember for 2 different match days, they've had the opportunity to take the initiative and topple both Milan club. Guess what? The 2 teams, AC Milan and Inter Milan, played before them, drew, and Napoli also,
I think
exactly.
I won't be able to authoritatively, make a statement concerning that. I will have to wait till maybe match day 37 before I can actually, say that yes, maybe Napoli is actually ready to, win the league. But I believe if they find themselves, top of the log by end of match day 37, I can then boast that yes, say it's 100% that yes, they are going to win the Serie A. You check out Napoli over the years, they've been the boogie team, they've been that dark horse the league. I remember the challenge, the almighty, the mighty Juventus
exactly.
For a couple of seasons, they finished as runner-up for like 4-5 straight season, and they even found themselves in this position to win the league only to bought to the whole team towards the end of the season. But it's still early, the top is still crowded. Juventus is even in it, they can still come from behind to win it. And the Milan teams, their form has been topsy, they win today, erratic, then they lose tomorrow. I remember Inter Milan last weekend, they drew at home against Genoa. And then this same weekend against
they drew away at Genoa.
And the AC Milan drew, one of them drew last weekend. They drew last weekend. But one thing I think about yesterday's result, I think it's still a good result for Inter Milan. The fact that this is a reborn Torino. This is the same Torino that drew against their neighbor, Juventus. They drew away to Juventus 1-1. So such a team playing at home, they are very strong. And I think for Inter Milan to have gotten a draw against them, I believe by maybe by day 35-36,
okay.
That point, it will look like a precious point, to them.
Well, we're almost out of time. Let me quickly take this message from Yemi, all the way from Odi Ferro. It says, good day to all the analysts there. I'm enjoying the way Gunners are playing games and it's bringing confidence to the team. Top 4 for the Gunners if we can draw or beat Liverpool. Yemi from Old Ife Road. Yemi, thank you for your message this afternoon. As we go, Kenny, German Bundesliga, Bayern drew against Offenheim. Dortmund won, and of course is 7 points between Dortmund and Bayern. And don't forget, Dortmund still have a game in hand against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich of later, we can't really trust them, and they drew against Offenheim. Although they had chances, but it ended in a 1-0 draw.
Yeah, for Bayern Munich against Offenheim, they considered first
in the game,
and they had to equalize before halftime. Second half was scoreless. The Offenham goalkeeper, I think, is Bowman. He made some stunning save for them in that one. So, for Dortmund, a 1-0-0 victory against Arminia Bielefeld, the Wolves. That's a big one for Dortmund. That right now maybe it's not over for the race. Remember, Dortmund had the game in the hand against Bayern Munich. So it tells you that if Dortmund should beat Bayern Munich, it's going to be 4 points. Possibly Bayern Munich dropping 2-3 games again, then Dortmund can just usurp them. Looking more like if they are not careful. So that's it for the Bundesliga.
Okay, that's it all for the Bundesliga. But I don't know what you guys can really say about the Paris Saint-Germain fans that booed both Neymar and of course Messi in their win over the weekend, although Mbappe was spared. Vent their frustration, the exit from the European championship, the UEFA Champions League.
Well, you can't really blame the Parisians over there, due to the fact that they are tired of winning the French championship, and since they are tired of being and the reason why they brought Messi, all those star players is to actually deliver that that trophy that has eluded their confidence. And
Europe.
having in mind that they and Olympic Marseille are great rivals over there in France.
The French league.
So they will want to have when it comes to bragging rights, you want to have one over Olympic Marseille. And have in mind that Olympic Marseille is still the only French team that have won the European Champions League. So they want to equal that record.
Okay. Hopefully, they could come back bigger and stronger next season. But as we leave, Nigeria's Falconets gave their qualification hopes for the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup by with defeating Senegal by 3-1 away. And congratulations to Asisat Oshuala because Barcelona won the league, the feminine led the league after thrashing Real Madrid 5-0 in the El Clasico. They are looking to win the quadruple. Don't forget they won the treble last season. Thank you for coming, Kenny. Thank you for
Always a
coming,
pleasure.
Magnificent Femi.
Thank you.
Please enjoy the rest of the day. Join us tomorrow for the Tuesday edition of the show. My name is Isaiah Akiremi signing out.